Tonight at 11, plans are in motion for a $1 million study on Atlanta's water system. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says its teams will assess the city's water lines to check their conditions and make plans for any pipes that need to be rehabilitated or replaced. The study comes on the heels of this month's water main breaks that left tens of thousands of Atlantans without water. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says it plans to complete its assessment within 2 years. As leaders focus, though, on the city's aging infrastructure, tonight, 11 Alive Chief Culture journalist Naeema Abdullahi explores how racial disparities has created generational patterns, causing some neighborhoods to be hit harder than others.
In West and South Atlanta, water-related concerns are part of ongoing systemic issues, according to environmentalists.
Water was flowing through the street, right up to this park, in fact. What I immediately thought is, here it is again, insult to injury. Dr. Nakati Osborne-Jelks, environmental justice advocate and assistant professor of environmental and health sciences at Spelman College, says there's a pattern to how Atlanta's aging water infrastructure impacts historically Black communities. It's unjust. And it's by design, tracing back to Jim Crow engineering during post-Civil War Atlanta. Architects of segregation at that time decided the way to segregate the races, primarily Black and white, in Atlanta was through the control of natural resources. The water crisis initially started on May 31st at the intersection of Joseph E. Boone Boulevard and James P. Brawley Drive in the West Side. Including English Avenue in Vine City, there have been a number of problems related to water over the years. Flooding issues, sewer backups. For this community, the recent water main break and outage once again reveals the relationship between racial disparity and the city's water infrastructure.
We are at Katherine Johnson Memorial Park in English Avenue. This whole field used to flood. Hey, how are you? Good, good, good. Annie was one of the first people who told me about the water.
Miss Annie Moore met Dr. Osborne-Jelks on community projects.
This is our reality.
She is the director of operations for the Green Team of English Avenue Incorporated.
Have you ever seen a sewer pipe exposed?
Now you have.
This pipe is an example of the aging infrastructure.
This is the kind of stuff that happens in poor working class neighborhoods, especially those of color.
An infrastructure that failed on May 31st when major pipes burst in Vine City and then Midtown, leaving thousands without water for days. The city admitted the pipes were more than 80 years old.
We're literally standing on a hill right now that's also part of a floodplain.
Atlanta historian King Williams sees the patterns on the West Side.
It's just more apathy. You've seen it happen so many times throughout your life.
And we have seen that time and time again with major floodings over the years in Peoplestown, Summerhill, and Mechanicsville, all historically Black communities in South Atlanta. And on the West Side,
these are the high-density clusters.
Dr. Osborne-Jelks shared this map of the stormwater infrastructure problems.
Going towards the site of where the flooding actually took place.
As we walk through the West Side, we noticed how long-term solutions will require addressing deep-rooted concerns.
We're going to invest in Atlanta. It's not just building a pipe. It's not just fixing a pipe. It's fixing people and fixing the communities.
Naeema Abdullahi, 11 Alive News.
Professor Osborne-Jelks says in order to truly fix this concern for the long term, not only does the city need to invest in an infrastructure overhaul, but it also needs to be examined from an equity lens.